and subtracting dissimilar rational algebraic expressions. Paano nga ba ito? Yan ang ating pag-uusapan ngayon sa ating matsayang talakayan. Kaya, stay tuned! Hello, grade 8 learners! For today, we are going to have adding and subtracting dissimilar rational algebraic expressions. With the learning competency, performs operations on rational algebraic expressions. With the following objectives, recall addition and subtraction of dissimilar fractions. When we say dissimilar fractions, these are fractions with different denominators. And add or subtract dissimilar rational algebraic expressions. When we say dissimilar rational algebraic expressions, these are algebraic expressions with different denominators. So let's have a recall in adding and subtracting dissimilar fractions. So if we have 3/4 plus 2 over 3. So we are going to have the LCD. And the LCD is 12. Okay? Then 12, divide lang natin 12 divided by 4 times 3. So you have 3 times 3. Then 12 divided by 3 is 4 times 2. Okay, then simplify. 3 times 3 is 9. And 4 times 2 is 8 over 12. Then simplify. You have 9 plus 8 is 17 over 12. Okay? So next is we have 4/5 minus 1/4. So find the LCD. So the LCD is 20. 20 divided by 5 times 4 is 4 times 4. Okay, then 20 divided by 4 is 5 times 1. Okay, then simplify. 4 times 4 is 16. 5 times 1 is 5. Then subtract. 16 minus 5 is equal to 11. So the final answer is 11 over 20. So let us try the similar rational algebraic expression. Again, what is it? Rational algebraic expressions with different denominators. For example, we have 5 over 18a squared b and 2 over 27a cubed b cubed c. Kung makikita nyo o mapapansin ninyo, magkaiba sila ng denominators. Kaya ang tawag natin sa kanila ay dissimilar rational algebraic expressions. Paano nga ba mag-add o mag-subtract ng dissimilar rational algebraic expressions? Step 1. Find the LCD. Step 2. Rename the expression as similar rational expressions using LCD. And step 3. Add or subtract the numerator and copy the denominator. Then, simplify. Again, find the LCD. Then, rename the expression as similar rational expressions using LCD. And, add or subtract the numerator and copy the denominator. Then, simplify. Example number 1. 5a over 14m plus 3a over 21m. So, first, find the LCD. Para makuha ang LCD, we will get the denominators 14m and 21m. So, i-factor out natin ang bawat denominators. Factors ng 14m ay 7 times 2 times m. And factors ng 21m ay 7 times 3 times m. Okay, so isulat lang natin 7, isa lang kasi they are common factor, times 2 times 3, and isang m din ang ilalagay natin. Okay? So, multiply 7 times 2 times 3 times m is now equal to 42m. And 42m is now the LCD. Next step is rename as similar rational expressions. Okay, kunin muna natin yung ating first term or first expression. So, 5a over 14m. Gagawin natin na ang denominator niya ay 42m. So, 42m divided by 14m multiplied by 5a. And that is equivalent to 5 times 3 because 42m divided by 14m is 3, then multiply by 5a. And 5a times 3 is equal to 15a. Okay, so we have now 15a over 42m. Then, on the second expression, we have 3a over 21m. Okay, so 42m divided by 21m is equal to 2. Then multiply it by 3a. So 3a times 2 is equal to 6a over 42m. Okay? So ito ngayon ang i-add natin. Okay, so ito na, 5a over 14m plus 3a over 21m. Okay, yan ay equivalent sa 15a over 42m plus 6a over 42m. Okay, so we will now get the sum of the numerator, then copy the denominator. Okay, so 15a plus 6a is equal to 21a. Okay, then over the common denominator, 42m. Okay, then we are going to simplify the result. So, reduce lang natin 21 over 42. So, in reduced form, that is equivalent to 1 over 2. Okay, then the remaining term, we have a over 2m. And this is now the final answer. Example number 2. 3x over x squared minus 2x plus 1 plus 4 over 2x minus 2. So, let's find the LCD. Kunin natin ang factors ng bawat denominator natin. Okay? So, x squared minus 2x plus 1 is a perfect square trinomial. So, we have now the factors x minus 1 times x minus 1. Then, 2x minus 2 can be factored out by using common monomial factor. Okay, then we have factors 2 times x minus 1. Okay, so i-multiply lang natin itong mga factors na to. So we have 2 times x minus 1 times x minus 1. Okay, ito ngayon yung ating LCD. Okay, then rename as similar expressions. Kunin natin yung first expression natin. Gawin natin na ang denominator niya ay 2x minus 1 times 2x minus 1. Okay? Since itong x squared minus 2x plus 1 ay equivalent sa x minus 1 times x minus 1, so when we divide the LCD by x squared minus 2x plus 1, ang magiging sagot doon ay 2. So, yun ang imumultiply natin sa 3x. Okay? So, magiging 3x times 2 is equal to 6x over 2 times x minus 1 times x minus 1. Okay? Then, next, we have the second expression, 4 over 2x minus 2. Okay, so gawin natin na ang denominator ay 2 times x minus 1 times x minus 1. Okay, alam natin na ang 2x minus 2 ay parehas lang sa 2 times x minus 1. So, when we divide, matitira yung x minus 1 at ito ngayon ang imumultiply natin sa 4. So, we have now 4 times x minus 1. And that is equivalent to 4x minus 4. Okay, then ito ngayon ang pagsasamahin natin. So, let us add 6x over 2 times x minus 1 times x minus 1 plus 4x minus 4 over 2 times x minus 1 times x minus 1. Okay, so just add the numerator and copy the common denominator. Okay, so add natin, we have 6x plus 4x minus 4. Then, combine natin yung similar terms. Ang similar terms natin dito ay 6x and 4x. So, we have now 10x minus 4. Okay, then over 2 times x minus 1 times x minus 1. Okay, the next is to simplify. Okay, so 10x minus 4 can be factored out by common monomial factor, and its GCF is 2. Okay, so 10x divided by 2 is equal to 5x, and negative 4 divided by 2 is equal to negative 2. Okay, so ano ang makikita natin na common factors from numerator and denominator? Okay, correct. So, we have 2. So, cancel out natin yung 2. Then, the final answer is 5x minus 2 over x minus 1 times x minus 1. Example number 3. 5 over a squared minus 5a minus 7 over 3a minus 15. First, get the LCD. So, kunin natin yung factors ng bawat denominator natin. So, a squared minus 5a can be factored out using common monomial factor, and its GCF is a. Okay, so a squared divided by a is a, then negative 5a divided by a is negative 5. Okay, so 3a minus 15 can also be factored out by common monomial factor, and its GCF is 3. So 3a divided by 3 is equal to a. Negative 15 divided by 3 is equal to negative 5. Okay, then multiply natin itong mga factors na to. We have 3 times a times a minus 5. And the LCD is 3a times a minus 5. Then, rename as similar rational expressions. So, kunin natin yung first expression, gawin natin na ang denominator is 3a times a minus 5. Okay, so divide natin ang LCD by the denominator. Since a squared minus 5a ay parehas sa a times a minus 5, so, ang matitira doon when we divide is 3. So, 3 will be multiplied to 5. So, we have now 5 times 3, which is equal to 15, then over 3a times a minus 5. Then, on the second expression, gawin din natin na ang denominator ay 3a times a minus 5. Ang 3a minus 15 ay parehas sa 3 times a minus 5. So, ang matitira doon when we divide out is a. At yun ang imumultiply natin sa 7. So, we have 7 times a. So, we have 7a over 3a times a minus 5. Okay, so ito ngayon ang isusolve natin or isusubtract natin. So, subtract 15 over 3a times a minus 5 and 7 over 3a times a minus 5. Subtract the numerator and copy the common denominator. So, ito ay 15 minus 7a. So, we can write it as 15 minus 7a. Then, over the common denominator, 3a times a minus 5. Then, simplify if possible. So, since 15 minus 7a is a prime polynomial at wala na tayong makikitang common factors from numerator and denominator, then this is now your final answer. So, 15 minus 7a over 3a times a minus 5. Example number 4. we have 3x minus 1 over x squared plus 2x minus 3 minus x plus 1 over x squared minus 9. So, let us find the LCD. Kunin natin ang denominator ng bawat expression. So, meron tayong x squared plus 2x minus 3 at saka x squared minus 9. And then, factor these expressions. So, ang factor ng x squared plus 2x minus 3, since yan ay general trinomial, so meron tayong x minus 1 times x plus 3. Okay, ang ginawa natin doon, pinactor out lang natin yung x squared. Yan ay naging x times x. And then, we factored out negative 3 that the sum is positive 2. Okay, so ang factor na nahanap natin, we have negative 1 at positive 3. Okay, dito naman tayo sa second expression. So, we have x squared minus 9. Since yan ay difference of 2 squares, so magkakaroon tayo dyan ng pattern na plus at saka minus. Okay? Tapos kunin natin ang square root ng first term. So square root of x squared ay x. Okay? Then square root of 9 is equal to 3. Okay? So ilagay lang natin ulit doon sa second binomial natin. Okay? Then multiply these factors. Okay, so we have x minus 1 times x plus 3 times x minus 3. Okay, at ito ngayon ang magiging LCD natin. Okay, then next is, we are going to rename as similar expressions. So, kunin natin yung unang expression natin. So, meron tayong unang expression, gagawin natin na ang denominator niya ay x minus 1 times x plus 3 times x minus 3, which is the LCD. Okay? Since kanina, ang factors ng x squared plus 2x minus 3 ay x minus 1 times x plus 3, kapag i-divide natin yun, ang makukuha natin ay x minus 3. Okay? At yun ang imumultiply natin sa 3x minus 1. Okay, so we have 3x minus 1 times x minus 3. So, para ma-simplify natin ang numerator, gagamitin natin ang FOIL method. Okay, so 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times negative 3 is negative 9x, and negative 1 times x is negative x. So, i-add natin yon. Negative 9x plus negative x is equal to negative 10x. Okay, then multiply natin yung last terms. Negative 1 times negative 3. That is equivalent to positive 3. Okay, then next expression tayo. We have x plus 4 over x squared minus 9. Gawin din natin na ang denominator niya ay x minus 1 times x minus 3 at saka x plus 3. Okay, so ang factors natin kanina sa x squared minus 9 ay x plus 3 times x minus 3. So, when we divide the LCD by the denominator, so ang magiging result doon ay yung x minus 1. At yun, ang imumultiply natin sa x plus 4. Kaya meron tayong x plus 4 times x minus 1. So, when we multiply that, gamitin din natin ang FOIL method. Okay? So, x times x is x squared. Then, x times negative 1 is negative x. And 4 times x is 4x. So, i-add natin yun. 4x plus negative 1 is equivalent to positive 3x. Then, 4 times negative 1 is equivalent to negative 4. Okay? So, subtract 3x squared minus 10x plus 3 over x minus 1 times x plus 3 times x minus 3, and x squared plus 3x minus 4 over x minus 1 times x plus 3 times x minus 3. Okay, so subtract the numerator. When we subtract the numerator, take note we need to change the sign of the subtrahend. At ang subtrahend natin dito ay yung second expression. Okay, then proceed to addition. So we will come up with 3x squared minus 10x plus 3. Then change natin yung sign dito sa subtrahend from positive x squared magiging negative x squared. From positive 3x magiging negative 3x. From negative 4 magiging positive 4. Then proceed to addition. Okay, so let us now combine similar terms. So we have 3x squared plus negative x squared, which is equivalent to 2x squared. Then negative 10x plus negative 3x is equal to negative 13x. Then 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. Okay, so let us try to factor the numerator for us to simplify our answer. Okay, so when we factor the numerator, since it is a general trinomial, so we will have 2x plus 1 times x minus 7. Okay, so kahit kinuha natin yung factors ng numerator natin, wala pa rin tayong makikitang common factor in the numerator and denominator to be cancelled out. Okay, so therefore, we can now have this final answer. And that's it. Now that you know how to add and subtract dissimilar rational algebraic expression, you have to do this activity on your paper or notebook. Okay, so perform the indicated operation. Number 1, 4xy over x squared minus y squared plus x minus y over x plus y. And number 2, 2x over x squared minus 9 minus 3 over x minus 3. Mag-practice at magtiyaga para matuto at maging galing. Again, this is Teacher Dali na nagsasabing, practice makes perfect. Thank you! Bye!